Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Reckoning Monologues, and this one's labeled Volume 16, but I haven't yet published 15 because I was working on that one that got sidetracked. And then this came up, and I thought this deserved some immediate attention, so I went ahead and I'll publish 15 later. You know how it goes sometimes. Now, the video you're watching, I captured just a little bit ago, live in Eatane. And the fight is still going on at this moment. At the moment that I record this, the fight's still going on. And a question came up, and I have to give credit where credit is due, because I heard Tosh, also known as To Shut Kid Up, also known as a small smelly dwarf. But that aside, I heard him talking one day on his stream, and he was in troll country, and he was watching the fighting going back and forth, and he asked the question, why isn't this kill trading? So that's the question I'm going to get into right now. Why isn't this kill trading? Because if two people go to a zone like Eatane and go to a spot, just keep fighting each other over and over and getting kills back and forth, they can be charged with kill trading and they can both be banned from the server. But apparently, if 50 people do it or 100 people do it, then it's acceptable behavior. And there's an incongruity there. Now, some people I know will already be foaming at the mouth or, laughing or whatever, man. But the essence of a thing is what defines a thing. So in essence, it's all the same. You have two people go out and they run back and forth and they just fight each other over and over and over again. The devs have been known to ban people for that before. Hell, one guy got banned for chicken fighting. Two chickens fighting each other because they were trying to get a title and they got banned. Now that was overturned because of the player base sort of rose up, right, in their defense, because nobody cares about chicken fighting. I mean, you don't get nothing for it, but they just wanted the title. But that's how strictly the rules can sometimes be enforced. So the essential question is, why is it a violation of the rules for two people to go and kill each other over and over? But it is not a violation of the rules if 50 people do it. In essence, it's the same thing. They're fighting over the exact same ground in the exact same spot, time and time and time again, back and forth, and it's acceptable behavior, I suppose. Now, one reasonable answer to that is that the game mechanics, that's what it allows for. If you have, quote, even numbers in the zone, the whole blob mechanic that's in place right now, this kind of fighting is exactly what what the system allows for. It's what the system encourages. It's what the system was designed to do. The vast majority of the class changes that have occurred over time have all been geared in one direction, and that is to enhance warband play. Well, if you push anything far enough, it's just logical. If you push anything far enough, eventually you'll get to an extreme. You push any ideal far enough, and eventually you will get to an extreme. And that's what I see here. That's what's going on, is that you just have kill trading on a grand scale, and therefore it's acceptable. Because really, what are the devs going to do? Ban all these guys, for standing right in the same spot in Eatane and just bashing each other over the head for 30, 40 minutes? Well, no. I think it's a fair question to wonder why the system has sort of, I was going to say evolved, but that wouldn't be true. I would say devolved into this condition. Now, I've played on the server since 2016, and with one notable exception, I've been, active to one degree or another ever since. I've been involved in server operations to a limited degree. I did Realm Watch for a while, and Realm Watch was a great show, but I won't go into that whole horror story. But anyway, I'm just disappointed, and I know for a fact that I'm not the only player who currently plays the game that is disappointed in what's going on. And when you have zone fights that amount to little more than this, right? They just, maybe in the background, people are running boxes. You can look at the BO icons in the upper right. And at this exact moment, the BOs are changing hands on a limited scale. So there are probably some people behind the scenes who are running boxes to rank the destro keep so that eventually they can go ahead and siege. But in the meantime, you've got this. And I'm just, as I've said in one of the other Reckoning monologues, I don't really understand why the player base at large accepts this as the norm. And the other question, of course, is why do the devs accept it? Why is it acceptable for 50 people to go out into a zone and just bash each other back and forth, over and over and over again? But if two people do it, they get banned. I find it all kind of boring. This kind of fighting is kind of boring. And I think it's detrimental to the server and detrimental to the game overall. And eventually, what's the old phrase? Those chickens are going to come home to roost. Oh man, I think I can find that audio clip.
America's chickens are coming home to roost.
Alright, if you have an opinion about this, you know what to do. And as always, thanks for watching.
Are you dying?
What the hell?
We don't die, we can't come back.